Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do because it is finally going to be my makeup monthly for the month of July. This is my series that I do every single month where I review and rank all of the products that I've been trying recently from my least favorite to my top favorite. This one is coming pretty late since we're like, what, now halfway through August already? But let's just go ahead and get started. I personally don't know where this year has gone. I can't even figure out yet that it's August. Like I'm kind of confused about this. I usually do on my Instagram I have what's called word of the year ideas, and at the start of every single month I post that list and I have the little icon next to it for like January, this was my word, February, this was my word. Today that I'm filming is, what is today? Wednesday, August 11th, and I just posted it for August. And I said something like, clearly I'm not accepting that it's August yet. I'm like, what is going on here? So I know this is coming very late, but I love to do this series. I love to rank makeup. I love to talk about all the makeup that I have been trying out and skincare products, all the good things. So let me jump into it. Also with this series, I do a shout out and I do have a book review at the end. So stay tuned for that. I have one 5-star book that I gave on my blog. But for the Vegas OOTD, I just have on this Romper. I'm sure I've worn it like multiple times. I've had it for a couple of years now. I just got it from Express, but I like the color. It's super comfortable. I think I am meeting up with my mom and my aunt tonight. So just wanted something kind of comfortable and casual to hang out with them. So yes, I think that's everything. I'm so sorry. Aries is also here. I think in my last 2 videos, I've made reference to her being here because she's made some sort of noise. So apparently, how I could have forgotten about her, I don't know. That was my bad. Wow. Okay. My dog is the #1 diva. If you follow me on TikTok, you really know that she is the main character in everything. But to get started, so like I said, I'm gonna go from my least favorite and then work my way up to my top favorite. So starting at the bottom, I actually have 2 products that I put in a video recently that I did, but I've had my list going for a while now for this makeup monthly because normally I post these at the beginning of the month. So I was gonna do that video first and then the video where I talked about PR that I'm glad that I didn't buy. So I will link that video if you want to see it because I do touch on these, but I did want to still include them in my makeup monthly because I have been trying them out and this is where I like to review everything. So starting at the bottom, which is going to be at number 8, starting at number 8, we have from Essence, and this is the Lash Princess of False Lash Effect Mascara. Can't get into it. I said in that video that I tried it years ago, like I bought it years ago because everybody was raving about it and I did not like it at all. I didn't see what it was doing for my lashes. I got a ton of transfer with it, and then Essence recently sent a PR package with a bunch of their mascaras in it and I decided to try it again. The exact same thing. I even get mascara transfer on my face when I wear this and then put false lashes on. Like I still get transfer. Bottom lashes, no chance. Like especially in this heat, like no chance. So I don't notice that it does anything for my lashes. They maybe look like a little bit darker, but I have pretty inconspicuous lashes. Like they need a lot of help with mascara, and this, it just doesn't do anything. I know it's super affordable. I know it's like a cult favorite product for so many, but I just can't get into it. And then at number 7, I'm super sad about this, but this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, the Putty Bronzer. So I mentioned the Putty Blush and the bronzer in the PR that I was glad that I didn't buy. And I just don't like either of these formulas. They're pretty darn similar to one another. Obviously, they're under the same putty line from e.l.f. But with the bronzer, which this is not the one that I have been using, I just haven't been able to find it yet because I said in that video that I cleaned my apartment and now I'm like missing everything, you know? But also finding really random things. Like today I was looking for, what was I looking for? I was looking for some makeup product and I opened one of my drawers in my bathroom vanity and inside I found a thing of crackers and I was like, did I put those in there? I mean, I live alone, so I'm sure that I put those in there, but I don't know why I put crackers in my bathroom vanity. I don't know. That's interesting. So that's why this one has not been used, but I have used the Putty Bronzer from e.l.f. And just like with the blush, I don't think that it blends very well into the skin. It can look a little bit more on the stripey side. They don't last very long on the skin. They're so hard to blend. They just kind of like stay in that one spot and I just don't find them very flattering. So once again, very affordable, but I think that there are better cream bronzers out there. Number 6, I'm kind of surprised about this. I'm actually pretty bummed. This is from Kopari, and this is their lip glossy. Now give me 1 second, because I feel like if you know me, I feel like you're gonna be like, Samantha, you've recommended the lip glossy so many times, you've repurchased it so many times, it's been in your empties videos, like I thought this was your favorite product. This one is in Birthday Suit. So Kopari has, I don't know if it's just these, I want to say it's just these two, but now I could be lying to you. But they have one that has like the light pink packaging, so this is Birthday Suit. And then they have one that is more red, and that's just like their clear glossy balm. I love that one. It is a favorite of mine. I have repurchased it so many times. I love that one. And a while ago, Kopari sent over a package and it had this lip glossy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited because I had just used up another one of my clear ones. And I thought, I'll use this. I don't know, something about the pink. I was like, how cute. This one has a little bit of a tint to it, just like ever so slightly. I don't know if you can like see around the tube here, but just like a very, very slight light pink tint to it. Nothing too crazy though, but it feels completely different from the other lip glossy. The other one is, oh, it's so moisturizing. It stays on my lips for such a long time. It's why it's a big favorite of mine. I put it on in the morning. By the time I go to do my makeup in like the afternoon, mid-afternoon, late afternoon, I will still have that Kopari lip glossy on through my coffee, through my water, through my food. Like that stuff stays, and it's, like I said, it's moisturizing, it's keeping my lips nice and supple. This is gone in like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You know what I'm trying to say. But it disappears so fast. Like the minute I start drinking my coffee, it's like I didn't even put this on. And I'm like, no, because I love to protect my lips. I'm all about it, always trying to protect the lips. And I'm just not a fan of this one. So I would highly recommend the clear Kopari lip glossy. If you haven't tried it, I really do highly recommend it. This one is gonna be a no for me because it literally only stays on for 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Hey, 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 hey. It's only gonna stay on your lips for a hot second, and it doesn't feel the same. Like it just feels like slippery. I don't know how to describe it. It just, I'm super bummed about this. This is not a fan. Next up, I have a new skincare product, and this is from First Aid Beauty. This is their Calamine Pore Purging Mask to purify and smooth. So I don't know if you can tell, I like this one. I feel like from here, I like everything. I like this one. I would say we're kind of in the middle. I think maybe like my top 2 is like my tippy top. So I'll say like this is like the fine category, but fine leaning towards, I really like these products. The 3, those were like fails. Those were fails. But I really like this product. This one here from First Aid Beauty. So this is really supposed to be what I find it good for. I'll say that. What I find this good for is redness especially. So I have been really dealing with my hormonal acne once again. So we're back on that train, which I'm like so stoked for. I was just waiting for it to come back around. So this is great. So I've been getting a lot of breakouts around my chin and my jawline area. And a lot of times they are like underneath the skin and just like very cystic acne, and it's like not fun, but we have a lot of redness going on. When I use this mask, it will immediately take down that redness, which just makes me feel a little bit better about things. It is also more of an exfoliating mask, and it's gonna really kind of like, I think, what does it say? Pore purging, yes. Like it's really gonna draw out those impurities, and my skin just looks, it looks better afterwards. It's not like it's a miracle worker by any means, like my acne is gone or anything like that, but I can tell a visible difference when I take this off. So once I put it on, I'll spread it all over my face with my little like spatula. I think it actually comes with a spatula too. I think this one does come with its own spatula, but I just have skincare brushes also. So I'll put it on, I'll let it sit for like 10-15 minutes, and you know, it gets kind of hard. It's more of a pinky color. And then when I go to take it off, I add some water to my hands and I kind of rub it around and, you know, just try to get like the extra exfoliation, and then I rinse it off. First Aid Beauty is really good for people with sensitive skin, which I do have. So if you are, you know, sensitive to some skincare products, First Aid Beauty might be a good line to check out, because unlike some other masks that are more exfoliating or leave-on masks, I don't deal with a lot of redness afterwards. Like I said, it's really taking away the redness. But you know, sometimes if you do a certain mask, you can kind of look a little irritated for a few minutes afterwards. I don't get that with this mask. My skin feels nice and smooth, nice and clean. And so I've been using this like 2 times a week. and it's kind of been replacing the, it's another one from First Aid Beauty. They're like ginger, is it ginger and vitamin C mask? That's like a clear jelly mask. I really also like that one, and I do still use it from time to time. But this one, I just feel like it's really, because I don't exfoliate as much as I used to. I used to like love exfoliating, and now I try not to as much. So I've been kind of going towards this, just to be able to have that still deep clean on my skin. So I've been really enjoying this. I really like First Aid Beauty. I feel like they've been doing such a good job with their releases as of lately too, but that's a good one to check out, especially if you deal with redness or breakouts. Coming in at number 4, this is a little bit random and also even more random how I'm gonna show you, but it's a pair of lashes. Lashes is one of those really hard things that, like, once you wear them one time, it's kind of impossible to show people the lashes once again. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put a photo up on the screen. These lashes are from TheBalm, and these are the Big Fan Lashes. I have not been wearing lashes in months. Wearing these lashes from TheBalm was the first time I put lashes on since I moved to Vegas, and I've been here just over 3 months. Is it almost 4 months? Wait, hold on. It is almost 4 months that I've been here. I got here April 16th, I'm pretty sure. April 16th, 17th. Where is the time going? Sometimes I tell people I've been here for 8 weeks. Times 2. Okay, time is moving way too fast. But it had been a long time since I'd worn false lashes. But when I got here, especially, you know, I cried for a long time. So I wasn't really wearing a lot of makeup in general because I wasn't leaving my bed. So, you know, that was a bummer. But then when I started wearing makeup, I was doing like just really basic stuff. Because again, a lot of times I would, you know, cry. And so like, who wants to do something really complicated and then cry your makeup off? Not me. But then, you know, the tide started turning and things are fine. And I don't cry often anymore, that often anyways. And people had really requested for me to do the reverse cat eye that was going around and trying. It's not like a new makeup look by any means, but you know, trends come and go. So that was what was trending, and so I tried it and I was like, okay, I definitely need to wear lashes. And so I had gotten a package from TheBalm and I saw these lashes, and I'm definitely into more corner style lashes right now, so I did cut them quite a bit. I don't know if you'd be able to tell like how smaller they are, but I just felt like they were natural looking with like enough oomph, but they weren't going to be too much, and I could easily cut them to put them on the corners to kind of help flare them out, and I really like them. I've done the reverse cat eye a couple times now, and then just once I just did an eye look with some liner and I threw these lashes on. I will try to wear lashes as often as I can, and I'm just gonna keep wearing these as much as I can from TheBalm, but I really like them. The band is nice and thin. It's not too thin that it makes it like impossible to put on, but I don't like a thick band. I find it very uncomfortable on my sensitive eyes. I find it harder to, you know, camouflage and disguise that I'm, you know, wearing false lashes, and they're super comfortable. So I've been very impressed with those lashes, so wanted to recommend them. Next up, another skincare product. I have really been liking this. This is from the Selfless by Hyram brand. So skincare by Hyram, you may have heard of him, probably not though, because he's not very well known. He started a skincare line with the Inky List. So he's kind of like in partnership with the Inky List, and it's available at Sephora. So last month, 2 months ago, whenever I went to the Sephora at the Venetian, I purchased one of the products. This is the Retinol and Rainbow Algae Repair Serum. So I was really curious to try this out. This is a product that I use in the PM because it does have the retinol in it, and I had wanted to start to incorporate retinol back into my skincare routine. It's good for a variety of different reasons, and I was just very interested when I was watching Hyram's video and hearing him talk about this one. I was like, you know what? I feel like this is the one that's kind of geared towards me. I will say that this has made my skin feel incredibly soft, and I feel like I can visibly notice, how do I want to say this? Like looking younger, feeling younger, my skin feels younger. I was kind of having a moment there where I felt like my skin was getting, I want to say like the word rough. And you know, I'm in the sun a lot more. I'm outside every single day. It's hot. I moved to Vegas, so like it's hot here. The sun's always just trying to penetrate my skin, which I don't appreciate at all. I'm usually like wearing hats and stuff to try to protect my skin, but I felt like my skin was getting rough, and I feel like this really helped like just smooth things out once again, which that obviously is then what makes me feel like I look younger, because that is what it is. I haven't noticed much with the acne. I mean, my acne is just like a whole different thing. I really appreciate what it's been doing for really smoothing everything out, making my skin feel really nice and soft again. That I do appreciate. So I use this, I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 nights a week. There's a few nights where I just go off of it and I just use serums, moisturizers, and an oil. But I mean, I use this really consistently throughout the week and I've really been enjoying it. I actually have eyeshadow palettes in my top 2 spots, which is fun for me because I kind of backed off eyeshadow palettes for a bit there. I was using a lot of singles, you know, single shadow sticks and that sort of thing. And I will say these top 2 products, these are very small palettes. Really, they're not even palettes. They're so small. Okay, let me just jump into it. At number 2, I have from Colourpop. This is from their new ice cream collection, and this is the Waffle Cone Quad. So, you know, solid 4 shades, which is great. This is so beautiful though. I've been having so much fun with this palette. I do have one look on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. So if you're not following me over there, I do post a lot of demos and like little tutorials and stuff into my reels. And I really loved the look that I did. And then the other night, I just put this green shadow all over the lid just to give it like a little oomph. That was it. That was fun. The mattes in here are really easy to blend. That shimmer is so beautiful. I love these pops of green. I do like the eyeshadow palettes typically from Colourpop, but I will say with these quads that they've come out with, I've really been enjoying them. But Waffle Cone, super fun. If you like green looks, this would be a good one for you. But they do have other options, and it's Colourpop, so they're always coming out with like 1,000 things. But I've really been enjoying Waffle Cone. And then before we jump into the number 1 spot, why do I always say that? I also do a shout out, and typically I do a channel shout out. I shout out another creator. I've been doing this for several years now, but every once in a while I have a little something different that I like to shout out, and that is what I wanted to do today. I'm gonna work really hard on not crying, but I just wanted to give a shout out to no. I just wanted to give a shout out to anyone who has supported my brand launch. So last month I launched my own brand, my own business, which is called by Samantha March, and I launched with a planner, 4 different styles of notepads, and then also a deck of cards, which I have right in front of me, the deck of healthy habits. And whether you purchased something or just sent a message to me, emailed me, I got so many emails from people. I've been getting so many messages and DMs from people, especially after the launch of the brand. And some of the personal stories have meant so much to me, because I know some of you are also going through a hard time, or you're at a certain crossroads. And to be told from so many people that seeing my own journey is inspiring them, and seeing my move, and then seeing the brand, I just hope you know how much I appreciate that. And for anyone who's taken the time to reach out to message me, I appreciate you taking that time. Time is so valuable. Aries is trying to get off the chair because she wants to come over. I appreciate it so much. It's so hard to put yourself out there on the internet. It's so hard to put yourself out there when you're going through a hard time and you know that you're being judged on it. It was one of the most daunting things when I was actually going through the process of separating and moving, was I'm gonna have to do this online. And I thought people are going to judge every move that I make, every post that I do, every outfit I wear, every person I share. And to be honest, I didn't really know if I wanted to go through that. But I'm glad that I did make the decisions that I made. We have Aries here now. I'm glad that I made the decisions that I made. And I don't care if people judge me. If I've learned anything from going through a divorce and going through it in the public eye, is that I don't care what people think of me anymore. And in a way, that's kind of like a blessing in disguise from the whole situation, because seeing some of the things that people say about me, make up about me, assume about me, it like cracked something in my soul. And I just said, I just can't care anymore, because no matter what I do, and no matter how good of a person I try to be, and no matter how I try to show that like, yeah, I make mistakes because we're all human, there's people out there that are not going to care about that, and that made me, it like gave me the freedom of stop trying to please everybody, because it's just not possible. And since kind of shifting that mindset and living my life for me and trying to make the best decisions for my life has been a complete game changer. And because so many people have seen this and have seen that shift, and they're trying to do the same, that's so inspiring to me. And then to get those messages is just even more inspiring to me. And with the launch of the brand, those types of messages just came through so much more. And then to see people, you know, sharing their planners, sharing their notepads, sharing the card that they draw from the deck, and feeling inspired and finding new ways to get motivated because of the products that I came out with, because of the products that I designed during one of the hardest times of my life, because I wanted to help myself in some way. I just hope that you know how much I appreciate it and how much gratitude that I have, because I am hella grateful. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you who've supported me at any point in this journey, even if you hate watching, because that helps too. But anyone who has supported me during this journey, supported the brand, like I said, even if you didn't purchase anything, if none of these products were for you or it wasn't the right time to buy them, if you shared about the launch, if you contacted me, if you commented, anything like that, I hope you know how much I appreciate it, because it just, I poured so much into this brand, and to have the response that it had was so completely overwhelming, and I appreciate it so much. So that is what Aries and I wanted to say. That is the shout out that we wanted to do. And I did also want to share that I am restocking on Sunday. So this Sunday, which is the 15th, I got the boxes in for the products that sold out. One of the notepads sold out in 30 minutes, which was so shocking. I mean, I put up pretty much my entire savings account to purchase this inventory. So to see it so well received, and people saying, are you coming back with the note? I was like, I didn't even know if people would want the notepads. I didn't know if that was a cool thing. And so to have to reorder more was just so shocking to me. So I'm once again getting my apartment right. I just cleaned everything, but now I'm getting everything back out. We are getting ready to ship out boxes. My family is here and have offered to help me, which is amazing. And yeah, so we're gonna have the restock this Sunday, the 15th. Everything will be back up. My website is linked down below. It's chicletplus.com. So if you wanted to purchase anything, all the products will be back up on Sunday. So that is what I wanted to do for my shout out. Hopefully I wasn't too much of a mess there, but it just, you know, I just really wanted to say that I'm so appreciative. So thank you so much. Okay, let's hop into the top spot. The number one spot this month is going to a stack, an eyeshadow stack, a little trio here from Kaja. This is their Neutral Moment stack. I have been loving this, and I for a second I thought I included it last month, but I went back and checked and I did not, but I feel like I've been wearing it for a really long time. But the Kaja stack, I truly, like, I can't stop wearing this. I must have mentioned it in another video at some point, but I like cannot stop wearing this. I think that it's so beautiful. We just have 3 matte shades, and I was going back and forth because, like, I think the Colourpop one is really fun. You have that extra shade, you know, the color, you know, it's colorful and it's fun. But when it comes to the Neutral Moment, this is just what I'm wearing so much. It's just what I keep reaching for. I think it's a great little companion stack also to, like, any other eyeshadow palette. There's not a shimmer in here, which sometimes I will reach into something like a Natasha Denona mini palette too for a shimmer. So I kind of went back and forth, but I'm like, honestly, like, I'm wearing this one so much. It's so small, I can throw it in anywhere. It's so easy to get ready with. It's one of those where it's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I love a brown smoky eye. I love just something like super simple to do. And I've been really enjoying the stack. I feel like the quality is so nice. So I would definitely recommend this one from Kaja. I think that it's a great little palette. So that is it for my makeup favorites. Like I said, I do have one book that I was going to share with you at the end. If I have a 5-star book that I reviewed on my blog, I do share it at the end. But I know not everyone is interested in books, so if this is where you're leaving, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. But if you want to learn more about this 5-star book, like I said, I do have a book blog, and just my website in general is chicletplus.com. I do book reviews over there. But I do have one book to chat about this month, and it is called She Gets That From Me, and this is by Robin Wells. This book was so fascinating to me because I I have found it really interesting that the subject of infertility, in vitro, a sperm donor, that sort of thing is getting pretty, I was gonna use the word popular, but I feel like that sounds kind of weird, but it's getting more prevalent, I guess, more prominent in fiction these days. And I find it very interesting because I am from a sperm donor, so my biological father is a sperm donor, and so I find it interesting because for so many years, I mean, I've always been a voracious reader, that's really never been a topic that's been discussed, and now I'm reading books like back to back that has that topic, and just because it personally touches me and it personally interests me, I'm finding them really interesting. This book, this one is, it made me feel some things, and not everything that I felt was positive, I'll say that, but I still gave it a 5-star review because sometimes that's just real life, you know, like you're not always gonna agree with everyone, but you can still respect a work of fiction, a work of art, like you can still respect the novel. But so we have two friends, Quinn and Brooke. Brooke has a 3-year-old daughter named Lily, and then Brooke actually dies unexpectedly. It's at the beginning of the book, that's not like a spoiler alert, like that is what happens. And Quinn kind of steps into this role, like they were so close, you know, practically sisters, so she's devastated. She's also trying to help Lily, who's lost her mom. And then Brooke's grandmother also enters the picture, who is very old-fashioned and old school, and she decides that she wants to contact the sperm donor, whose name is Zach, and have Zach now be a part of Lily's life because she believes that family and, you know, a blood connection is more important than what Brooke's relationship was like with Quinn. And that was a really hard part for me to read. It was really hard for me to understand and accept that, because I just think to my situation, and you know, what if something happened to my mom, you know, and then all of a sudden this random man came into my life simply because he donated sperm to produce, but it had nothing to do with my life. So it was really hard, and it made me look more into like sperm donor laws across different states. It can be a very gray area in places, which is scary. I mean, I'm a grown adult now, like I would be able to handle it, but you know, I think back to like, what if I was younger? What if something happened? Like all these different things are running through my mind. And this is something that is so much more common these days, or at least I guess more talked about these days. But it really gave me a pause. It really made me do some research. And I was really fascinated by the story, and I was fascinated that this man, Zach, really wanted to step into this Lily's life. And then Zach has his whole situation that's going on with his wife. And then there's also, I kind of don't want to say this because it's a pretty big part of the book, but I was really caught off guard when it happened, so I'm not gonna say it in my review. But there's then like another plot twist that happens, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot going on in this story. And again, like I said, not everything I agree with. You know, there were several things that made me very upset in the book, but it's so real. It feels so real. It feels so raw. It feels relatable, even if you've never really been in any of the players' situation. It just feels like you're getting an actual glimpse at people going through a really hard time and trying to figure it out. And I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was so well written. I was very invested in it. Like I said, it was causing me to do my own research on different things. But I loved it. I really couldn't put it down, and I would highly recommend. I thought it was a great book. So it was funny because I had my book club meeting last month, and we had read and we were discussing Under the Southern Sky by Christy Woods and Harvey, which also kind of has to do with infertility and embryos and all of that. And I had mentioned this book by Robin Wells, and I was telling people in the book club, like I would also recommend this one if you liked that, because I find it very interesting. Different levels, different topics of infertility, but still very interesting. If you're interested at all in the book club, it is part of my YouTube memberships. So I have memberships here on YouTube. Everyone gets an exclusive video, and then second tier does also get the book club and a live chat with me every month over Zoom. So yay, so fun, so fun. But yeah, that is the book. She Gets That From Me by Robin Wells. So I will link it down below, as well as my review on Chick Lit Plus. But other than that, that is it for today's video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing me rank the products that I have been trying recently. Let me know your thoughts, of course. And as always, if you enjoyed it, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.